tip-off, Bearcats Appreciation Night, we would like to take a moment to honor a player appearing in his final regular season home game this evening. He joined the Bearcats via SUNY as a graduate student for the 2022-2023 season and has averaged 10.2 points per game and 4.8 rebounds in 17 contests, helping the Bearcats to a first place heading into tonight's game. Please welcome from Smithtown, New York, Michael Gannon. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the Bloodhounds, at guard, the 6'4" junior from Donnellan, number 2, Harrison Watkins. At guard, the 6'2" sophomore from Hempstead, number 12, Jordan Donnellan. At guard, the 6'3" freshman from Donnellan, number 14, Adrian Kovac. At guard, the 6'1" junior from Colorado, number 23, Jason Delgado. And forward, the 6'7" senior from Summer, 24, Kenny. Head coach in his 8th season is Ryan Allen. Associate head coach David Muchnick. The assistant coaches are Wayne Corneghi, Otis Gates, Seva Harrington, and Chris Jacinto. Now let's meet tonight's starting lineup for your Baruch College Bearcats. Kick off the 5'11" sophomore from Staten Island, number 13, Gerard Nicholson. 6'2" junior from Jamaica, number 15, Jehmehl Fair. At home, the 6'5" junior from Astoria, number 21, Jehmehl Fair. At guard, the 6'1" graduate student from New York City, number 11, Saeed Osorio. And forward, the 6'6" graduate student from Smithtown, number 20, Michael Gannon. Head coach of the Bearcats in his 10th year, John Lacey. And the assistant coaches are Robert Lacey, now, let's play ball.
And welcome back to the Arc Arena. It's our second game of our doubleheader between John Jay and Baruch. Joe, it's all right in front of Baruch here tonight. Need to win tonight to get the number 1 seed and go into that playoff with the top spot in the CUNYAC.
Yeah, David, as Coach Lisi goes for win number 166 in his illustrious career here at Baruch, and also he goes for his 20th win of the season. It's pretty academic. Baruch, good shot selection. Coach Lisi has depth at the front court, the back court, no problem. Keel Vaughn comes in, changes everything with him and Muhammad Guy as the ultimate rim protectors. But, again, taking care of your home court, trusting your teammates. And if Baruch stays true to form tonight, look for that scoreboard to really light up.
And Michael Gannon on his senior night winning the tip for the Bearcats. Baruch in their home dark blue trim, John Jay in their road strip dark blue, white trim. And it'll be Jehmehl Fair up top with Evelyn on him. Gerard Nicholson now getting it back over to Fair on the far side. Fair drives, goes baseline, gives it back out to Nicholson. Nicholson looks for Gannon. First shot of the evening, and he gets that one to go. And just like that, Michael Gannon celebrating senior night.
What appropriate by the script that the tremendous addition to the Baruch attack. Michael Gannon, senior night, his family's here. And look for big things for him. Look, his length is such a problem for the defense.
And a little overzealous on the defensive end as Gannon picks up the foul, working against Dan Kenny, the 6'7" senior, weighing in at least on the on the box score at 210, so he could be a presence inside for John Jay Bloodhounds.
Kenny looks like he should be playing for Notre Dame.
And he's off on the first.
But again, you bring Akil Vaughn in, and he'll make Kenny think twice about things.
And good on the second, so it'll be John Jay setting up in the full court press. Osorio gets the ball at half court. He'll walk it across the timeline, and the Bearcats will set up in the offensive end. Fair going to step right into a three, straight on, and he knocks it down. And just like that, Baruch have 5 in the opening minute of play.
Well, Fair has just gotten really hot as the season's gone on both ends of the court.
So now it's swung around the perimeter. Watkins has it up top. Into the lane is Delgado. Gives it underneath. That's, nice reverse there by Jordan Evelyn, who's able to finish it off the glass with the left hand.
Evelyn angled his way underneath the defense.
So now Fair has it up top. Gannon comes with the pick right. Fair takes it. Now goes right again. Looking for an option. Evelyn on Fair. Now back out to Gannon. Kenny on him. Fair going to pull a near wing three. He rattles that one home. A big three there from Fair, and no one slipped under the screen, and Fair had just enough space to knock it down.
Yeah, Fair feeling it early here.
So Evelyn now has it straight up top. Gives it outside to Delgado. Back up top to Evelyn.
Defensively, if the Bearcats just move their hands and feet and stay in front, they'll be fine.
Shot by Kopech there off back rim, and Fair brings it into the front court for the Bearcats. He has a strong start. Nope, they're going to say it was a foul on the floor, and that's going to be on number 12, Jordan Evelyn, the sophomore from Uniondale High School out on Long Island. That's his first, and it'll be side out for the Bearcats on the far side.
Yeah, Fair could show it all. He's got a perimeter game. He could take it to the basket. Really no deficiencies offensively.
Oh, and a miscalculation there between Fair and Purisic leads to an easy layup from Watkins, and that's got to be frustrating if you're Coach Alisi.
Well, don't give John Jay any gifts. Let them earn it.
So Osorio takes the pick from Gannon. Gannon has a straight look on from 3. He'll pull, shot around and out, no good. And it'll be Delgado who comes away with the rebound for the Bloodhounds. He's quickly into the front court, behind the back dribble, one crossover, gives over to Watkins, now on the near side to number 12, Jordan Evelyn. Kopech back out to Watkins. Watkins into the lane, comes through, handoff there. Evelyn jab step, looking for an option, working on Osorio. Goes into Osorio, trying to work against him off left rim, no good, and it'll be last off the Bloodhounds, so it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Yeah, Baruch again, good defense, stay in front of your man, keep your hands and feet moving. And really, in a game like this, box out. Don't give John Jay second and third opportunities.
So now Nicholson on the crossover, trying to bring it up, and Delgado all over him. Jahmehl Stewart, the freshman from Baldwin, checking into the game for the Bloodhounds. Now crossover from Nicholson, gets Watkins in the air, gives it outside to Purisic. Purisic looking for Gannon underneath, handoff to Nicholson. Nicholson knocks down a 3 from the near side wing, and Baruch 3 of 3 from downtown to start the ball game.
So, again, Nicholson was able to set his feet and get a look. So if John Jay's giving them these looks, Baruch's got to take them.
And now Kopech straight on. Purisic flies by, now outside to Watkins on the near side. Watkins hop step into the lane. Jab step from Stewart, now up to Watkins. Watkins working on Fair, 6 seconds to shoot. Spin move by Watkins, a shot around and out, no good. Purisic pulls that one down and will push across here into the front court. Handoff to Osorio. Osorio right into the lane, going up into the lane of Giants against Kenny, and able to finish with the right hand.
Great body control by Osorio, stayed in the air and avoided any opposition.
Ball swung around the perimeter here. Now Watkins on the near side. Kopech straight on, he'll pull. Shot off front rim, back rim, no good, and Fair comes away with the rebound for the Bearcats.
So it's one and done for John Jay.
Ooh, nice little stutter move by Osorio. Almost lost it there. Osorio, mid-range shot, no good. Kenny fighting with Gannon on the rebound, and it's going to be Delgado who comes away with it for John Jay. Looking for options, has Watkins up top. Kopech now on the near side, takes the pick from Watkins. Kopech right into the lane. Shot too strong. Fair comes away with the rebound. Coach Alisi wants him to push. Fair now into the front court. Ooh, nice behind the back dribble. Oh, he lost it. It was a nice behind the back dribble. It's going to be a timeout for Coach Highland and John Jay. They trail by 8 here in the early going. We'll step aside. Baruch lead 13-5. You're watching Bearcats basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So both teams break the huddle. Baruch up 13-5 here. 15:22 remaining here in the first.
So Baruch has been throwing the first punches. This like every game in CUNY, a heavyweight fight. Baruch has come out throwing the punches first. And let's see what John Jay can answer with.
Corey Jones now. Bounce pass inside to Stewart. Back out to Jones. 1 second on the shot clock. John Jay got to get it up. They can't. And it's going to go back to the Bearcats. And that's got to be frustrating if you're Coach Highland. Call that timeout, draw something up, and then first possession, shot clock violation.
Well, because Baruch has been so active with the hands and feet, they're causing those kind of turnovers. Being in the right place defensively at the right time.
Now Nicholson on the near side wing. Entry pass into Piersic. Piersic working on the baseline. Goes with the left hand and able to finish over an outstretched arm. I think it was Delgado underneath.
There's the evolution of Piersic's game this year. He's been on the perimeter and he can go down low where he was in past years in the block. 3
there from Stewart is off, and Fair comes up to Nicholson here into the front court. Nicholson working on Jones. Ball swung around the perimeter. Piersic now inside to Gannon. Gannon trying to go and work against Kenny. Trying to do a step-through move. He hits the deck. Shot too strong. And it's going to be Kopech who comes away with it the other way. Nice find underneath to Jones, who's able to that's actually Stewart able to lay it in.
Yeah, Baruch can't give up those interior baskets like that. They want to keep John Jay out.
Fair here on the near side. Gives it up to Gannon up top, over to Piersic on the far side wing. Osorio pops out. Stewart all over him. Now Gannon has it up top. Hand off to Fair. Baruch have to work quickly. Fair into the lane. Hop step, floater, no good. Gets his own rebound. Might have dribbled it off his foot. And it's going to be Stewart who comes away with it for John Jay. Quickly into the lane. Floater around and out, no good. Gets his own rebound. Can't get that tap back to go. And it'll be Osorio to get the rebound for the Bearcats.
Baruch has been moving very well on offense. They just need to find a cutting guy going to the basket, but the movement has been there. D. Nicholson in the game now, and you can expect him to really fire it up. And Akil Vaughn is down low, which immediately presents a problem for John Jay in the interior.
And coincidentally, Kenny at 6'7" just came to the bench. So we'll see who's trying to work on Vaughn. Right now it's Garrison Watkins, a 6'4" guard, as Piersic looking for options finds Devin Nicholson wide open, straight on 3. Ooh, off left iron, no good. I don't know how you left them open, though, if you're John Jay.
Well, look like a miss. Something got caught up there in John Jay's defense, but.
And that's going to be a travel there on Jordan Evelyn, so it's going to go back to the Bearcats. Donnellan will check into the game for the first time tonight as Gerard Nicholson comes to the bench.
Now, it's really important that Baruch get Vaughn started, let him get comfortable and work on finishing at the basket. We know what he's going to do defensively as a rim deterrent, but offensively they want to get him going.
Donnellan gets fouled.
Donnellan.
He was trying to go around Evelyn, and that's going to quickly send Mikhail Leston into the game as Stewart will come to the bench.
Donnellan coming off a great performance in his last game.
And now Donnellan has it up top. That's already Evelyn's second foul of the game. He'll play through it, though. as Fair now has it. Akil Vaughn trying to find position. Cross-court pass. Donnellan far side three. He knocks it down. A big three there from Sean Donnellan.
Much the delight of the Donnellan family. He picks up where he left off in the last game.
A nice answer there on the other end from the Bloodhounds. Back-to-back threes on both ends here as Devin Nicholson has it in the front court for Baruch.
They are trying to double up on Vaughn down low, so Baruch has to be careful. Don't force it into him. Use his screen.
Purisic hits the deck. He's going to lose it. Ball still loose and into the hands of Garrison Watkins. Up ahead on the near side to Leston. Leston pulls it back over to Watkins. Up top, straight on is Evelyn. He doesn't want it. Gives it back to Watkins. Three's no good. And Akil Vaughn's able to clear the rebound.
Yeah, it looks like, again, John Jay taking care of the paint. Baruch is going to have to do some stuff, either a cutter or a perimeter shot.
And Devin Nicholson right into the lane. Goes all the way to the basket. He can't hit. Shot too strong, and they're going to say the foul there is underneath on Vaughn. A little too handsy, and it's going to go back to the Bloodhounds.
Well, Vaughn is battling uncharacteristically. D. Nicholson missing a gimme.
I was actually more surprised that he was able to get all the way to the basket.
Well, Baruch's movement is creating an opening if they take advantage of following this screener.
Evelyn here on the near side now. Ooh, gives it off to Jones. He loses the dribble for a second, and now it's over to, looks like, Leston on the far side.
Muhammad Guy in the game, a second rim deterrent on defense.
Leston out to Watkins. Watkins on the far side. Gives it off up top to Jones. Jones straight on three. Off back rim. No good. And it's Muhammad Guy who's able to clear the rebound. Osorio also back into the game. Is going to push it into the front court. Goes right into the lane. He gets stripped. That was Watkins with the quick hands. And it's Leston quickly the other way for John Jay. Right into the lane. He's able to finish over the outstretched hand of Muhammad Guy.
Well, you know, John Jay playing hard, punching back.
And Donnellan working it right on center court there. His pass almost stolen. Muhammad Guy straight on three. Off left rim. No good. Evelyn comes away with it for John Jay. Going to push into the front court.
Guy's been adding that three-point to his game, the three-point shot.
Leston inside to Watkins. Watkins turns. Jones on the far side. Into the lane. Back up top to Watkins. Over to Leston on the far side. John Jay moving the ball quickly here on the offensive end. Jones now over to Watkins. Watkins has 9 seconds. Got to do something with it. Watkins now here on the near side. Shot from the, nope, he gives it outside. Leston on the far side. He got fouled on the way up and will go to the line to shoot. Excuse me, that was actually number 1, Jones, and he's going to go to the line to shoot 3.
Well, the clock was running down, so Baruch bails out John Jay.
And just a moment ago, it was 18-7, a 5-0 run here from John Jay, and a chance to add to that.
Well, Baruch has got to understand John Jay is going to play hard and push it. So they have to stay poised defensively. We know what Baruch can do offensively, but they have to protect the ball. They've had a couple of turnovers, but defensively they have to stand firm in their defensive stances, stop penetration.
And Jones knocks down the first 2.
David, John Jay looks more comfortable penetrating than on the perimeter.
And good on the third. 86% free throw shooter on the season is Corey Jones Jr.
So how does Baruch answer after this little run by John Jay?
Ball's in the hands of Osorio. It's to Devin Nicholson, up to Guy. He's on the floor with Vaughn, and now it's the hands of Donnellan. Donnellan pulls a 3. He rattles it home. A big 3 there from Sean Donnellan.
Well, the veteran Donnellan coming through. Coach Alisi knows who to put in at the right time. That's what makes him a great in-game coach.
Nice play there by Guy to knock it out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Bloodhounds. So Evelyn brings it far side to near. Now gives it off to Watkins. Back over to Evelyn. Bounce pass. Ooh, Leston almost lost it. They got to work quickly. Jones is going to have to put something up. It was actually number 15, Calderon, and that doesn't hit anything, so it'll be a shot clock violation, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
So you could see momentum now coming back to the Bearcats. Great defensive possession.
Now Guy, ball quickly moved around the offensive end for the Bearcats. Guy has it in the corner. Ooh, he had to look for a second if he wanted it. And now Guy will dribble back out up top to Nicholson. Nicholson jab, step back on Jones. Off the glass and good, and Devin Nicholson knocks down back-to-back threes. Well, the Bearcats knocked down back-to-back threes. It is Nicholson on the second, and just like that, Coach Alisi wants to call timeout. Baruch up by 9 with 9:01 remaining. So both teams break the huddle. It will be Bloodhounds basketball going right to left after big threes from Donnellan and Nicholson on back-to-back possessions for the Bearcats, right after Jones knocked down 3 free throws of his own for the Bloodhounds.
Happy Valentine's Day. D. Nicholson kisses it off the glass.
That was his first bucket of the night. Nice shot there by Watkins from the far baseline. And now Baruch will push into the front court. Donnellan right here, right into the three-point line, goes into the lane. Right-hand layup, no good. They're going to call an offensive foul on Donnellan.
Well, Donnellan was angling off. That was a tough call.
And it looked like that charge was pretty deep. They're going to say he was outside the cylinder.
That call could have gone either way.
So now Leston brings it into the front court. Baruch setting up in the 2-3. Calderon's calling for it inside. It's over to Evelyn here on the near side. Back up top to Leston. Leston over to Jones. Over to Watkins now here on the near side. Ball swung around the perimeter. Inside to Calderon. Back outside to Evelyn. He's got an open look. High arcing shot, too strong. And Guy comes away with the rebound. Now Donnellan a push for the Bearcats.
Guy doing a good job rebounding.
And he's going to go right into the lane. And one.
And my goodness, is that Michael Jordan? He took off and never came down. My goodness. What hang time by Muhammad Guy.
He seemed to be floating there for just a few moments, and he was able to finish with the right hand through the contact.
I think they need to check his sneakers, something from NASA. My goodness, if that's not a highlight, I don't know what is. Muhammad Guy, Muhammad Guy.
So Evelyn and Calderon come to the bench. Kenny and Kopech back into the game. Pearson coming to the scores table for the Bearcats as well to check back in. And Muhammad Guy will come to the bench. Baruch lead by 10, a little more than 8 minutes remaining here in the first.
Well, it's going to come down to some really defensive stands by Baruch now to up this lead. Contest what John Jay's trying to do.
Kenny has it on the interior, working against Gannon, and he took too many steps before the shot, and it'll go back to the Bearcats.
Well, Kenny had great inside position, so luckily for Baruch, that's nullified.
And he ended up hitting the shot too, but to the Bearcats' benefit, it will not count. It'll be Nicholson on the Bearcat symbol. Gives it over to Gannon on the far side, up top to Nicholson. Comes around the screen from Devin Nicholson. Gerard Nicholson shot way off, though, uncharacteristic. Osorio's rebound shot, no good. Ooh, he gives Kenny a slap, and that's going to be side out.
Yeah, Kenny, it's like you're going up against the tight end. But listen, Osario's a cornerback himself. So these football cliches really, they cancel each other out.
So now it'll be Leston, gets it into the front court, over to Watkins. Baruch swarming on defense. Kenny now on the near side baseline. Gives it outside to Delgado. Up top to Leston. Oh, Leston turned it over, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats. Good D, though, by the Bearcats. Bearcats were swarming on the defensive end there.
Well, John Jay's really had to earn their baskets in this first half.
Nicholson wide open on the near side and knocks it down, and that was just too easy for the Bearcats.
D. Nicholson, you know, in a groove, that's not good for John Jay.
He's got 6. Baruch lead 30-17. 3 on the near side from Delgado off back iron. No good. Gerard Nicholson ahead of the pack. Delgado able to catch up. Nice, foul there. I thought it was a nice chase down there by Delgado. They're going to say it was a foul, and it'll be Baruch's ball inbounding right under the basket.
You could see in the Bearcat body language that they really came to play tonight. We know what's on the line tonight, but, you know, they have really come to play tonight individually.
So Nicholson off on the first.
Nicholson, a very good free throw shooter.
And he knocks down the second. Baruch lead 31-17.
Well, Baruch wants to, you know, keep extending this lead, and how they're going to do it is what they're doing defensively. Take away what John Jay wants to do. Keep them outside. Don't let them penetrate.
So Delgado has it on the far side. 12 seconds for John Jay to shoot. Kicks it outside, up top now to Watkins. Ball swung around the perimeter. It's Delgado back to Watkins. He's going to have to pull because there's only 4 seconds on the shot clock. It's Jones on the 3, no good. And Gannon gets the rebound. Now Osorio here on the near side. Brings it into the front court.
Gannon's length, getting that rebound once he puts his arms up.
Now Piersic has it up top. Leston on him. Hand off to Nicholson. Nicholson over to Piersic here on the near side. Back to Nicholson. Floater, no good. Over the outstretched arms of Dan Kenny. Good interior defense from the Bloodhounds.
Yeah, normally Nicholson will go further in.
And now Jones over to Watkins. Watkins thinks about the shot. Spin move into the lane. Hop step. Gives it off to Kenny. Kenny looking for options. Hand off to Watkins. Watkins mid-range jumper is good. And Coach Highland wants to talk things over with 5:26 remaining here in the first. Baruch lead by 12, 31-19. So Baruch lead 31-19, 5:26 remaining here in the first half. It is Bearcat Appreciation Night between John Jay and Baruch. It'll be Jehmehl Fair to inbound, and it looks like John Jay getting ready to set up in a full court press.
Well, what Baruch can't do is stop their dribble and don't dribble into corners.
And Fair to inbound. Gives it over to Devin Nicholson here on the near side. Nicholson over to Gerard Nicholson, up to Piersic, now ahead to Fair. Baruch have numbers. Give it over to Gannon in the corner. Far side 3, shot too strong. Devin Nicholson soars for that rebound. And back up top to Fair. Gerard Nicholson will come over for it. And it'll be Nicholson now on the center symbol. Gives it over to Devin Nicholson on the near side. Piersic up top. Trying to find Fair, and instead Piersic's going to drive. Goes against the double team, shot too strong. and Evelyn comes away with the rebound for John Jay, and he'll quickly push it into the front court. Finds the cutting Kopech, who's able to easily lay it in.
John Jay defensively doing a good job of cutting off any screeners or cutters from Baruch. So Baruch is going to have to be patient, watch their passes.
And Nicholson straight on three, and he knocks it down. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Gerard Nicholson. Baruch hot from three here to start the game, shooting 64% from downtown, 48% from the field.
Well, G. Nicholson doing a good job there as a leader, and he can score.
And Watkins answering with a basket of his own on the other end, as now Nicholson brings it into the front court. Now Fair into the lane. Looking for options. He'll curl back, gives it back to Nicholson, over to Devin Nicholson. Crossover dribble. He'll bring it back out on Kopech. Gives it over to Gerard Nicholson. Jab step three. Shot doesn't hit anything, and it's going to go back to John Jay.
John Jay doing a good job of clogging up the paint. So Baruch is going to have to be patient, and somebody like Jehmehl Fair is going to have to go down low and to go to work. As well as Pirisic. They're very good at going down low when things are clogged up.
So Kenny,
good body control.
Kenny and Calderon both have checked back into the game for the Bloodhounds. Akil Vaughn has checked back in as well. Devin Nicholson has come to the bench. So jab step there by Evelyn. Cross court pass to Kopech. He's able to corral it. Almost loses it a second time. Ooh, throws it right in. Trying to find Kenny. Throws it right into the hands of Gerard Nicholson. He has Osorio with him. Gives it off to the trailing Pirisic. Shot no good. Just way short from Pirisic. Uncharacteristic from Emil.
Yeah, Pirisic ran into somebody that made that shot go up short.
And Calderon loses it inside, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
So both teams playing with their foot on the gas pedal. And again, Baruch with 11-point lead would like to go into the halftime locker room with at least a 10-point lead.
So now Nicholson, crossover move, brings it into the front court. Has Leston all over him. Ooh, trying to find Pirisic underneath. That ball smacked away, but into the hands of Vaughn. Now back to Pirisic. Pirisic going to work against Kopech, and he's able to finish. Too strong is Emil Pirisic.
Great body control. Just hanging in the air like that allowed that shot to get off by Pirisic.
That's his second basket of the night. He's got 4. Now inside to Evelyn. Gives it inside to Kenny. He's fouled as he goes up with a smart foul, though, by Fair, as Kenny had position inside.
Well, Vaughn has got to make John Jay think twice about going inside. His length and his great timing, he will swat the ball away.
And Kenny can't hit the first. Dan Kenny on the season, a 42% free throw shooter, so he really struggles from the line.
Yeah, but he's a like Vaughn, a deterrent with his size. Anything you get from him is going to be productive.
Kenny 2 of 4 from the line tonight, as Jameer Stewart has checked back into the game. Muhammad Guy also in the game for the Bearcats, as Donnellan trying to get it into the front court. Eventually does. Now it's Fair on the near side. He has Osorio on the far side. Instead he gives it inside to Vaughn, and he took too many steps, and it's going to go back to the Bloodhounds.
Well, they got to get it into Vaughn where he can either turn right or turn left. It's hard to go up in traffic and elude people.
So now Stewart will walk things across the timeline. Over to Delgado on the far side, looking for options. Bounce pass to the near side to Jones. Kopech calling for it underneath. Calderon on the near side as well. Now Stewart looking at the basket. Jab step. He'll drive into the lane. Gives it outside to Calderon. Calderon over to Delgado. Delgado step back jumper. Shot too short. No good, but Kopech comes away with the rebound. Ball swung around the perimeter into the hands of Stewart. Hop step into the lane. Like I say, he took too many steps, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Good defense again by the Bearcats, staying in their positions.
So now Fair to inbound into Osorio. The double team quickly comes, finds the cutting Donnellan across the court. Nice corral there by Donnellan. Donnellan now into the lane. Finds Osorio back door, and he's able to lay it in with the right hand.
Donnellan, again, looking like Joe Burrows, hitting a cutting receiver for a touchdown. Pinpoint pass.
And ball's loose on the floor. Delgado, Donnellan, Fair, all on the floor with fighting over that ball, and it's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to stay with the Bloodhounds as Watkins, Evelyn, and Kenny all check back into the game for the Bloodhounds.
Fair's been doing that his whole career at Baruch, getting on the floor, sacrificing his body, either taking a charge or, trying to get a loose ball, helping his team.
So Watkins inbound on the far side. Now near side to Kopech. Kopech reverse layup. His shot was blocked. 7 seconds to shoot. Kenny has position inside. His shot blocked. Nope, they're going to call the foul there on Akil Vaughn, and that'll send Kenny to the line to shoot 2.
But Vaughn, again, is timing. You don't want to go up against Vaughn. Not a smart play.
So he's good on the first. Kopech comes to the bench. Checking in is number 4, Mikhail Leston. Also, Michael Gannon will check into the game for Akil Vaughn.
Surprisingly, Kenny has a good stroke. Surprisingly, he doesn't shoot for a high percentage.
And he's off on the second. So Donnellan will bring it into the front court. Zone is set up by the Bloodhounds. Now Gannon, turn, free throw line jumper, shot off left iron, no good. And Evelyn quick the other way into the front court. Cross court pass to Jones, now to Leston, over to Watkins up top, looking for Kenny inside. Nice find. Oh, his shot just too strong. That's got to be so frustrating if you're John Jay. Kenny had great position and just couldn't finish.
Yeah, he thought someone was right behind him, David.
Now Fair has it up top. We're in the final minute of action, 44 seconds to be exact, as Watkins comes away with that ball. Watkins hop step into the lane, finds the trailer Evelyn, near side to Leston. Leston pulls the 3, shot too strong. Guy on the rebound for the Bearcats, and he'll bring it up for Baruch. Into the front court, gives it off to Donnellan.
Yeah, Baruch doesn't have to be in a hurry. Up 13.
3 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Donnellan now into the lane. Finds Osorio. Osorio straight on 3. Off front rim, no good. Watkins has to push. 7 seconds remaining. Watkins out to Jones. Jones, far side wing 3. Rattles around and out. No good. Oh, what a tip back from number 12, Jordan Evelyn. That should count. And it will. 38-27. What a play there by Evelyn on the miss from Jones, and that'll take us to half. Baruch 38, John Jay 27. You're watching Baruch College Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. And welcome back to the Arc Arena on the campus of Baruch College. It is second half action here in the men's game, between John Jay and Baruch. If you're just joining us, the ladies' game did not end favorably for the Bearcats, taking the loss in that one. So Baruch trying to split the day with John Jay, and more importantly for the Bearcats here in the second half, Joe, win, and you're the #1 seed in the conference going into tournament time.
Yeah, I think Coach Alisi's message was probably very basic. Let's do what we do. This is a team trying to hang with us, and let's not give them any presents. Let's put them away early, David.
So it'll be Gerard Nicholson, Emil Purisic, Jehmehl Fair, Michael Gannon, and Saeed Osorio for the Bearcats. For John Jay, it's Evelyn, Kopech, Watkins, Delgado, and Kenny. Fair has it up top. Over to Osorio on the near side. Kopech all over him. Osorio almost lost it. Fair's going to pull a near side three. He rattles it home, and a great start for the Bearcats.
Well, that's how the game started with Fair.
And Evelyn loses it inside. Oh, he's able to get back on top of it, though. And I'm not sure what the call was.
Looks like they called a foul, David, on what would have been a jump ball.
The foul there's going to be on Michael Gannon, his second. Also, if you missed out, Michael Gannon, only senior tonight, enjoying Bearcat Appreciation Day. It's his final regular season game as a Bearcat, as now Delgado has it on the far side for John Jay.
It's too bad that Coach Alisi doesn't have Gannon for longer.
And Watkins pulls a far side three, and he's able to answer Fair from just a moment ago.
Well, that was uncontested. Baruch laid off him.
Nicholson right into the lane. He'll pull it back out outside to Jehmehl Fair. Jab step over to Nicholson here on the near side. He's going to pull a three, and he knocks it down. Big three there from Gerard Nicholson. Baruch coming out of the locker room hot here in the second half.
Well, the three ball is going to really be beneficial for Baruch extending this lead.
Bounce pass near side. Kopech trying to answer the three from moments ago from Nicholson. Shot no good. Gannon on the rebound, gives it to Nicholson. Nicholson's going to push. He's looking up court. Wants to move it quickly. Now to Purisic on the far side wing. Ball swung around the perimeter. Hand off to Fair. Takes the pick from Gannon. Right into the lane. Fair back out to Gannon. Gannon going against Kenny. He can't finish with the right hand. Coach Alisi thought there was a foul. No call. And it's Watkins the other way for John Jay.
Well, Kenny hit Gannon's arm.
Ooh, nice strip there from Fair. And it goes off Watkins' chest and back to the Bearcats.
Fair doing on both ends of the court.
And it'll be Nicholson up ahead to Purisic, finds Osorio. Wild shot. He hits the deck. I don't know if he slipped or he thought there was a foul call. No call either way. Kopech now over to Evelyn here on the near side, right in front of us.
Referees definitely have let a couple of go by here early on in the second half.
And if you're John Jay, you got to be careful here. These next few minutes could be crucial. Baruch already up by 14. Can't let them extend if you want to try to get back into this game. And now inside pass to Kenny. Kenny finishes with the left hand off glass, almost going around Gannon there, Joe.
Well, that's the first move that Kenny made tonight, David. Post move.
And you've wanted to see it, you know. I mean, you're a fan of the interior game. You wanted to see him go to work as a true big, and haven't really seen it so far.
Yeah, I like these tight ends from Notre Dame. I like when they play basketball in the offseason.
Kenny hits Nicholson on the far side. One dribble pull-up. Mid-range shot, good to go. Gerard Nicholson.
G. Nicholson feels it tonight.
So it'll be Evelyn to bring it into the front court. Behind the back dribble, Gerard Nicholson all over him. A little too over him as Evelyn hits the deck, and Nicholson's called for the reach. And Watkins inbound right in front of his own bench. Delgado pops out on the near side, goes baseline, going against Gannon. Shot too strong. Kenny gets the rebound. He goes up with it, and one for Dan Kenny, and he'll go to the line for an old opportunity at an old school three-point play.
Well, nobody really boxed out Kenny. And you have to do that. You know, old school basketball never dies in terms of fundamentals. Shot goes up, find your man, box him out.
And Kenny, good from the free throw line.
So that's 5 points by Kenny Lately. It's an 11-point lead.
Crossover from Nicholson, gets it into the front court. He has it on the Bearcat symbol. Coach Highland calling out the defense here right next to us for the John Jay Bloodhounds. Now the ball's inside to Gannon. Gannon trying to go to work against Kenny. Gannon, he's closed off. Bounce pass to Osorio. Osorio hop step. He curls back. Shot too strong, no good. And Watkins comes away with the rebound. Behind the back dribble for Watkins. Finds Kopech right in the lane. Kopech has to pull it back out. Now Leston over to Watkins. Straight on three over the outstretched hand of Osorio. And he banks it in. And just like that, Joe, an 8-point game.
Well, Watkins, I hope he closed his eyes because that was a shot from the horse game, banking it in from deep.
Nice tip in from Gannon underneath. And Coach Alisi wants to talk things over as the lead back to 10 at 48-38 with 15:52 remaining. We'll be right back with more Bearcats basketball. Both teams coming out of the huddle here. Baruch was up by 14 moments ago. It was cut to 8, and now it sits at 10, Joe.
Well, John Jay's not going to go away. They're well coached. And Baruch, again, they know what they have to do. It's very simple. And, again, Coach Alisi can go to his bench if need be. So, you know, Baruch just has to stay poised and finish.
So it'll be Leston now into the front court, over to Watkins, back to Leston. He dribbles south to north over here, and now it's over to Watkins. Watkins straight on. Devin Nicholson closes him out. Delgado back to Watkins. Trying to find Leston underneath. Instead, hands off to Kopech. Kopech, he loses it right into the waiting hands of Michael Gannon, and he needs some help. He calls over Nicholson, who will bring it up for the Bearcats.
Well, Nicholson caused that with a deflection. Again, if they keep their hands and feet moving, you'll get those deflections.
Nicholson off the glass and good. Nice stop. I mean, it was a hard stop there as he was going to the basket, and he's able to finish.
He's learned that from D. Nicholson, that stop, and then the hard dribble.
And Kopech gets tied up from Devin Nicholson. It's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to stay with John Jay.
When you stay in front of your opponent, those are the things that happen. They have nowhere to go. So they go into you, and you can get a jump ball call.
So it's going to be an inbound for John Jay. Now inside to Leston. Outside to Leston. Now over to Jones. Now on the near side to Kopech. He'll drive against Gannon. Shot no good. And the pause there before that play. I think they were trying to decide where the ball should be inbounded, as now Fair will bring it into the front court.
Good defense by Baruch again. Fair coming down, does what he does best. Like a running back, right to the basket.
Shot blocked by Gannon emphatically on Leston. And Fair's got 11 now on 4 of 7 from the field.
Fair's really come out with great body language today.
So Coach Highland wants to talk things over, so we'll step aside with 14:34 remaining. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel, Baruch Bearcats Broadcasting. So the Bearcats setting up here. As it'll be Bloodhound ball underneath their own basket, trying to get the inbounds in. Bounce pass to Watkins, now over to Kopech. Kopech dribbles up top, now gives it over to Watkins on the near side, has Leston inside. Leston trying to find an option, finds Kopech. Dangerous play, though, by Leston, leaving the floor like that. As Jones, he might lose it. It's loose. It's Nicholson and Jones, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats. Jump ball there, and a nice hustle play there by Gerard Nicholson to get all over that one.
Nicholson, again, if you're playing good defense, the guy's going to dribble right into you, and that's what John Jay's doing, right into the heart of the Baruch defense.
So Devin Nicholson now has it on the near side. Gives it off to Purisic, now to Fair on the far side. Fair dribbles to near side, gives it off to Nicholson. He comes off the pick. Oh, shot off front iron, no good. And Gannon, I don't know if that was a fake move on purpose, but he had it between his legs as he went up for the pump fake.
I think Gannon was trying to do a globetrotter move, David. Hide the ball and then put it up.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it got knocked down because it looked like there was a hand.
It was between both legs. So that was part of the fake. The other part was him taking it from the legs to his hands. That's part of the trick.
Well, if that's what he's going for. I think too many people around for that to happen as Morales, that's Evelyn right in front of us. Gives it off on the far side. That's Delgado's three shot, no good. Gannon soars for the rebound. Jones fights for it with Gannon, and it's going to go off the Bloodhounds last. Good hustle play, though, by the Bloodhounds, and it'll be Bearcat basketball.
Well, Gannon hitting the deck, playing hard. Now, Baruch in the inbounds here, just don't stop your dribble.
Nicholson splits two defenders in Leston and Evelyn. Nicholson gives it off to Gannon, and one for Michael Gannon as he's able to finish at the basket. Baruch lead 54-38.
Great play from Gene Nicholson. Great catch in traffic by Gannon.
Gannon's got 6, looking for his 7th point of the night. Averaging a little over 10 a game is Michael Gannon.
What a great addition to this Baruch lineup.
And Gannon knocks it down. Coming in the game is Sean Donnellan and Akil Vaughn, and Gerard Nicholson and Gannon will come to the bench.
So Purisic in the game. Again, perimeter. Also can go down in the block.
So it'll be Evelyn to bring it into the front court.
Donnellan playing tough defense like Nicholson did. So John Jay has nowhere to go.
Entry pass, Evelyn trying to find Leston. Good defense there. Ooh, Baruch turn it right back over. Nope, Vaughn hits the deck. Still loose, it's Leston. Now to Delgado. Shot no good. And Fair comes away with the rebound. And he's going to bring it the other way for the Bearcats.
Well,
Leston trying not to foul. Fair right into the lane. He loses it. Now Watkins quickly ahead up to Evelyn. Evelyn looking for an option. Nope, he'll go all the way to the rim. Can't finish with the left hand. Watkins on the rebound. And he finishes over the outstretched arm of Akil Vaughn.
Well, coast-to-coast action. And John Jay has to really earn everything because of the great defense that Baruch is playing.
And a foul up top there from Leston. That's going to be his first.
Fair and Donnellan playing with real high. Coach Alisi has the Baruch team playing with such high energy tonight.
He's in, subs in.
So Vaughn gets the inbound. Ball swung around the perimeter to Donnellan. Crossover move on Delgado. trying to find Fair back door. Nope. Instead, Donnellan will spin one more time. Gives it off to Piersick up top. Piersick going to pull the straight on three. Shot too short. No good. Dan Kenny rises for the rebound, and it'll be Watkins into the front court for the Bloodhounds. Crossover move here on the near side. Baruch setting up in the 2-3.
Piersick can make that three, but he's more effective in closer to the basket.
Now Kenny going to work against Vaughn. Kenny kicks it out on the near side. Delgado jab step behind the back dribble into the lane, gives it off to Kenny. Loose ball, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats. Kenny couldn't corral that pass from Delgado.
Well, because of the active hands and feet, John Jay, it's like going in a car wash. There's just no way they can get through.
Muhammad Guy checking back into the game. Only his second game back from a period on the sideline, so he's working his way back into the rotation.
Now, Baruch can work clock a little. They don't have to be in such a hurry. Up 15.
So now Guy, he gets bumped. Gives it off to Nicholson at the free throw line, and his push shot is good.
Well, good look from Guy to D. Nicholson, wide open in the lane. That's his shot.
So Evelyn takes the pick, comes right now over to Delgado in the corner. Ball swung around the perimeter, inside to Kenny now. Kenny trying to work on Vaughn, kicks it outside. That's a far side three. It looks like, it was Leston, on the three. Shot no good, and now Guy quickly to bring it into the front court. He slipped, it looked like, and he gets fouled from Delgado. Nope, they're going to say it was Evelyn, and that's going to be his third. Jones to check into the game for Leston now for the Bloodhounds, as Minnick comes into the game for the first time tonight for the Bearcats.
Well, Minnick always does something good when he comes in for Coach Alisi, which is really a characteristic of the Baruch bench this year. The quick production once they're inserted in the lineup.
So Minnick now on the near side goes into the lane, kicks it back up top to Donnellan. Vaughn calling for it, trying to go to work against Kenny. His shot looked like he might have been blocked. I don't know. I mean, he might have got away with a travel there as Muhammad Guy steps out and knocks down a big three for the Bearcats. Baruch's lead stretched to 20. And, Joe, this may be insurmountable now for John Jay. They got to figure out how to score some points and fast.
Well, since Guy's come back from injury, that three ball has been his new thing.
And Watkins slides his feet, and it's going to go back to Baruch.
Watkins had nowhere to go. Again, Baruch admirably has had a great defensive game tonight besides their offensive output. Just staying in position, quick hands and feet, knowing where their man is.
Nice dribble there at the half-court line by Donnellan, bringing it into the front court. Finds Vaughn. He throws it down. Nice handoff from Donnellan, and the big fella jamming it.
There you go, a rim rocker by Vaughn.
And Evelyn throws it away, and it's going to go back to the Bearcats.
Baruch has to find a way to use Vaughn offensively. We know what he's given us defensively, but anything offensively is just icing on the cake.
So Minnick now right into the lane. Hand off to Vaughn. He's going to go reverse this time and finishes at the basket.
So Vaughn is getting comfortable, getting touches, getting confidence in his low post game.
So John Jay will be the 6th seed this year in the CUNYAC tournament, beating out Brooklyn and Medgar, who won't unfortunately make it this season. So we'll see who John Jay has to travel to. It's probably going to be City College in round number 1. Step back from Kenny. Shot no good. Minnick on the rebound. He's looking to push. Finds Donnellan in the front court. Donnellan's going to turn and shoot a three, and he knocks it down. And Shaw Donnellan feeling it.
Yeah, Donnellan's been feeling it for 2 games already.
So with that, Coach Highland wants to talk things over. We'll be right back as Baruch leads 67-40. So Baruch have blown things open here in the second half. They lead by 27, and it's been really everybody, Joe. It's been a full head attack for the Bearcats.
Baruch sending a message, David, to the rest of CUNY that they are fired up, ready to go from the first guy to the last guy on the bench.
And Joe, we've said it plenty of times. It's not always the best team. It's the hottest team, and Baruch is going to go in if they've closed this one out, winning 8 straight. So maybe the best and the hottest team are going to have a great chance of being the #1 seed here in the CUNYAC tournament.
Well, I like the fact that Baruch, again, defensively is on a high level. You know, we talk about offense, but defense wins championships, and they're really in a good place defensively.
Yeah, you could say they can go about 5, 6 deep at the guard position, and then, 4 or 5 deep at the forward position?
Absolutely.
So.
But again, defensively, you know, to be well-rounded, offensively putting up 129, and then right now they have John Jay at 40 with 8:56 left in the game.
It's going to be a fun time, Joe, because their only 2 losses in conference are to City College and Lehman, both on the road. Oh, sorry, City College was actually here at the Arc Arena, but just, you know, being battle-tested by some of the best teams in CUNYAC, and then also splitting the season series with both of those teams.
Well, everybody's going to try and bring it against Baruch, but Coach Alisi, a very savvy veteran coach, he's got answers. So if you're Baruch Nation, these are good times for men's basketball.
So Kopech has it on the far side, over to Stewart. Now inside to number 10, Elaine, who just checked into the game. Alani, excuse me. And Minnick will bring it the other way for the Bearcats.
This would be a good time to work with Akil Vaughn. Games in hand, get him comfortable in the post.
And Guy shot barely grazes iron. And it'll be Stewart the other way, over to Jones here on the near side. Lefty jumper, shot no good, and Muhammad Guy pulls down the rebound for the Bearcats. Coming in on 8 minutes remaining here in the ball game. Baruch up 27. Really a tale of 2 games here, Joe. You know, women had some struggles in the early game. The men have been all over John Jay here in the latter.
Well, this is in the first game, tough matchup for Baruch women against John Jay women. Here, tough matchup for John Jay against Baruch. Baruch just has too much firepower on both ends of the court, and also the way in which they play for John Jay to do anything.
And Piersick and Gannon both back into the game for the Bearcats. That last foul was on number 10, Alani, excuse me. Ooh, nice play there by Donnellan, who finishes at the basket. That got the Bearcats bench up off their feet.
Much to the delight of the Donnellan family. Boy, he's been on a roll the last couple of games.
3 here by Jones on the near side, no good. And now Minnick bringing it into the front court, looking for options. Has Gannon up top. Minnick was swarmed there by Stewart. Now Gannon over to Devin Nicholson. Nicholson has Calderon on him, takes the pick from Gannon. Nope, he'll pull straight on 3. That one's a little too long, and Jones comes away with the rebound for John Jay. Stewart into the front court here on the near side wing.
Yeah, Coach Alisi probably wants the team to work clock a little. No reason to force shots, rush.
Pull-up shot there by Jones, no good. The southpaw having a rough night, as he only has 6 points on 1 of 6 shooting and 1 of 5 from downtown, as Stewart's able to finish on the inside.
Well, John Jay playing volleyball gets the basket. But John Jay in desperate mode here. And Baruch just has to, you know, not turn the ball over, get good shots off, work the clock. No hurry.
So it was a delayed game warning on John Jay, as now Donnellan has it in the backcourt. Check into the game was number 24 for the Bearcats, Cole Bailey. We've seen him in limited action this season.
Cole Bailey, a great name for college basketball.
Now entry pass into Gannon. He gets right inside and finished with the right hand. Calderon and Stewart, no match for Michael Gannon.
Good post move by Gannon.
And 3 there from Kopech. Long rebound. Donnellan comes away with it ahead of the pack. Stewart catches up with him, Donnellan into the lane, gives it off to Minnick. Finds Gannon underneath. He's fouled as he goes up with it and will go to the line to shoot 2. Nice ball movement, though, from the Bearcats.
Great pass, great catch. I'll tell you, Gannon's got great hands for a big man. He's got that great length. Somebody remarked that he reminds people of Kevin McHale. And you know what? Great compliment, but he does.
Gannon has 9 points, 4 of 9 from the field, 7 rebounds on the night. And he rattles home the first. Give that him double digits. He's the 4th Bearcat in double digits.
Again, we keep saying the depth that Coach Alisi has in all areas for the Bearcats. And all that depth is just playing a part tonight.
And 2 of 2 from the line.
So Coach Alisi can go to the bench now. Job well done by the starters.
So now Kopech has it on the near side. Gives it inside to Calderon, going with the left hand. Oh, wow, that was halfway down and rolled out. Minnick comes away with the rebound and hands it off to Donnellan.
Now, because Coach Alisi's gone to the bench, don't think the effort is going to go down. These guys are all from the same school of here's how we play the game in the Alisi program.
Panagakos just checked into the game. He's off on his first shot of the night as Kopech's going to come the other way with it. Gives it off to Calderon. Now Stewart on the far side. Shot around and out. No good. Elaney. He got the rebound. They're going to stay. It's right. Going to stay right there for the Bloodhounds. Jackinson Edmay checks into the game tonight for the first time.
Well, Purisic, good performance, offense and defense. But, he's part of the ensemble.
And Donnellan not able to step into that passing lane and come away with the steal. Finds Bailey up ahead. Bailey working on Kopech, gives it up to Panagakos. Panagakos working on Leston. Panagakos right into the lane. That was knocked away from him, and that'll stay right there as Elaney was the last person to get his hand on it. We're coming down the final 5 minutes of action here of the regular season at the Arc Arena. Don't forget, Saturday, 3 p.m., the women's quarterfinal game to be determined who they'll be playing, but they'll be hosting first-round action here at the Arc. And then the men will lock up the 1 seed tonight. They'll be hosting playoff action a week from tonight here at the Arc Arena. So
great
exciting playoff action for both the men and women, and you can see them live only on the campus of Baruch College.
Great job by the Baruch Lady Bearcats this year. Great future for them. And again, let's see what they can do down the stretch here. It's a new season come Saturday.
And, I mean, Joe, you got to be happy with it. I mean, if you're Coach Katrozos, you're extremely happy about the position your team has put themselves in only year 2 of the program that he's really trying to build. I mean, I know he's been here for a few years now, but you're talking about not one upperclassman on this team.
Well, we think it's about me and Castillo, and it is. But collectively, again, Angela Baccarella coming on, McCray, Trainer, and Canasione. I mean, this is a team that's really coming on, and they're good. Like you said, Dave, they're going to be here, so they're only going to get better. Especially, can't wait for the summer when you work on your game, and then you just keep progressing. But the program's in good hands with Coach K, member of the Baruch basketball family.
I mean, you're talking about a women's team here at Baruch that went 10-11 last year. They're going to end this season 14-11, so a 4-game improvement from the Bearcats.
Yeah. And again, we keep saying, come Saturday, 0-0, everybody, it's a new start, so anything is possible.
And tournament experience will be great for this Bearcat team. As now Panagakos going to go quickly into the lane, looking for options. He almost loses it. Puts it on the deck, finds Donnellan up top, and he has to corral that ball before he could set up the offense. Less than out on Donnellan. Donnellan at the midway point of the court. Gives it off to Panagakos, far side three. Shot off the stanchion, no good as Edmey comes away with the rebound. But either way, it's going to go back to the Bloodhounds.
Sean Donnellan going to the bench, and shout out to Sean, who's had a great stretch of play lately. Such a tough competitor from the moment he stepped on campus, but he's a veteran now. He's been here a while and just gotten better and better. And Coach Alisi really trusts him, and you can count on him for good play.
So Stewart, he got fouled on his way in, and that they're going to call that on Minnick. That's only Baruch's fifth, so that'll be side out for the Bloodhounds.
Can't say enough, David, about the job Coach Alisi and his staff have done this year. Game in and game out, these guys come prepared, compete the highest level, gentlemen off the court, respectful, student athletes.
And Coach Alisi going to have back-to-back 20-win seasons on his hands.
Well, win number 166, if you're counting. Here at Baruch, former player for the incredible, iconic, legendary Ray Rankus, who really set the formula for, what we have here now at Baruch, rest in peace. And John Alisi continues the excellence of this program.
And Panagakos mid-range shot no good. And to that, as Edmey gets the rebound, fadeaway's no good. Correction, that's actually number 30, Michael Makua.
Well, this is the bench getting some playing time, and you need them to be ready if they have to get in the game.
And Calderon going right back up with a can't finish, gets his own rebound. He's fouled on the way up and will go to the line to shoot two. And Joe, to your point, Ray Rankus, one of the greats here at Baruch, but Alisi carving out his own name here, obviously. He's going to be third 20-win season in 4 years as the Bearcats head coach.
Yeah. But it all starts. Chris Alisi doing a great job in Manhattanville. This is a basketball family. School league here is in New York. And Zavarian, home of Chris Mullen, up 4 years.
Lead 75-50. So Joseph Fitzgerald has checked into the game for the Bearcats. Jesse Morales also for John Jay. He's actually hit a couple shots already since he's been in. He actually he had 1 3. That was the last shot. As now Mukwa ahead of the pack, and he throws it down.
Wow.
Makwu, excuse me. And that got the Bearcats bench off their feet as now Bailey comes the other way, and he lays it in.
Great to see the bench contributing.
That's Makua's first basket of the season as Calderon is fouled by Makua. And that'll send him to the line to shoot two. And Calderon is off on the first. 69% free throw shooter on the season.
David, a couple of years ago, John Jay had Tony Campbell on their coaching staff, former L.A. Laker,
and off on the second, but it's going to be Alaney who comes away with the rebound. Ball swung around the perimeter, number 13, Morales. Morales finds Alaney on the far side. Step back jumper is good.
Good looking shot from Alaney. But Tony Campbell was an assistant here. So there was an NBA experience for John Jay.
So Minnick now to Makwua. Makwua throws it into the bench, though, as he was looking for Bailey on the near side, and it's going to go back to the Bloodhounds.
Push, Joe, corner. Remedy top, Omar, that corner. Push. Go.
So Stewart on the near side. Looking for options, finds Calderon baseline. He'll drive, try to finish with the left hand, and does. Nice play there by Calderon.
So John Jay in this situation, still playing hard. They're well coached.
And it's going to be a timeout for Baruch with 1:21 remaining here in the ball game. We'll step aside. You're watching Baruch Basketball on YouTube channel. Baruch, oh, wait a second. I think it might just actually be just for substitutes, so they're going to move it quicker here. Keep it in motion as Baruch lead by 25 with 1:21 remaining here in the ball game.
Coach Alisi, a couple of seasons ago, won a championship based on calling out a football play.
And Bailey goes right to the hoop and finishes. And all of this is getting the Bearcats bench off their feet as they see some of the depth guys get some baskets here late in the ball game.
Yeah, these guys play hard in practice, get a chance to do it in a real game here.
Makwua comes up with the block. And now it's Minnick. Minnick over to Bailey on the far side.
Bailey with the pink sneakers and the pink socks. Very fashionable.
Edmay trying to find Fitzgerald. Ball still loose, and it's Stewart who comes away with it. We're in the final 40 seconds of action here. He bounces it off a foot. I'm not sure who that went off of. It looks like it was number 22, actually, Mercedes, and it'll go back to the Bloodhounds.
Well, this Baruch second unit is playing very hard defense, staying in front of their opponent.
So Morales has it on the near side. Stewart finds Calderon wide open underneath, and he's able to lay it in, and the Bearcats could just run this one out here with 24 seconds remaining here in the ball game. They should get out of this one with a big win here, 81 currently to 56.
Well, they came out with a sense of urgency, and they stuck to it. Great defense, and the offense, was on point.
Minnick's going to have to dribble this one out, and that will do it. Baruch, big win here to close out the season at the Arc Arena, 81 to 56.
We saw a great performance. Sometimes you think a team is going to let down. Oh, no, not tonight. Coach Alisi had his team from beginning to start take care of business on their home court, and they are ready for that new season called the playoffs.
And congratulations to the Baruch College Bearcats. They are the CUNYAC Men's Regular Season Champions. And the culmination of so far what has been a great season. Still yet to come, though, huh?
The best is yet to come. I think everybody's, really on the same page. And, David, we did have a couple of bumps in the road, but not really any. Coach Alisi has corrected everything. And you might agree, you see Baruch is really at the top of their game defensively and offensively.
Not only that, they're one of the hottest teams, if not the hottest team in the CUNYAC. Winners of 8 straight. They're 9-2. They're going to be 10-2 after tonight at home. And they get to host every game here until the championship round. So they'll have the semifinal game here, and then they'll play.
And the thing is, it's just a collective group. It's not just one guy. It's even, the guys from the bench that now have some game experience. And if Coach Alisi calls on them, they're ready to play. In college basketball, you have to be ready to play when they call your number. And Coach Alisi's been at the highest level of college basketball. He knows.
Yep.
So this team is ready to go. There's no question. Now, for the women, you know, tough night tonight, but Coach K will get them going, and we are ready for playoff action here at Baruch.
Yep, and that will kick off this weekend. Don't forget